big moves coming for the Memphis Grizzlies as Zach Kleiman makes a stunning realization that could make or break the Grizzlies to start out the season. We know they're going through some injuries, especially some big man injuries, but will this come back to bite them, or is this exactly what the Memphis Grizzlies need? What's going on, everybody? Jaren Jackson Jr. for another episode of Grizzlies Digest. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just want to highlight our 39% of subscribers who are actively engaging with us. Thank you so much. Y'all did a fantastic job. Y'all doing such an amazing job. 62% of you coming close to preseason, so you have to hit that subscribe button. We're getting a little bit more into rhythm now. Of course, we're kind of in a full swing of a lot of things here. October, it's the greatest month in the entire universe, in my opinion, just because everything's going on. We have a lot of busy things going on in the whole sports world, so this is obviously a prime time month for all kinds of action. So hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss another upload from us. But going into the content now, as Zach Kleiman talks about, well, he talked about a lot of things on Media Day. Tuomas Iisalo also gave a couple of interviews too. But you have Zach Kleiman who's talking about Cedric Coward, his rookie. A lot of you like Cedric. A lot of you are ready for him. But this is bold, and I'm not so sure how I feel about this. So while the Grizzlies deal with injuries, Cedric Coward could have a chance to size up and play power forward because of his physicality and strength. That's per head coach Tuomas Iisalo. That's also from the Fast Break Breakfast podcast. So shout out to them. But I want you to leave a comment down below and see. I want to know how you feel about this. Because to me, you're already throwing a rookie out into the Wolves. But do you want to throw a guy like Coward out to the Wolves and not play his natural position? So I feel like if they've been working on it, and if they feel confident, and if he feels confident about playing power forward, I don't think it'll be a full-time thing, because I think that's going to be up to Jackson Jr. and Aldama and Brandon Clark, Jock Landale and Edey to take the 5 spot most of the time. But for Cedric Coward, they are really liking his physicality, especially his rebounding. And it's not just Tuomas Iisalo that thinks like this either. I mean, you talk about his teammates like Scottie Pippen Jr. This is from DeMichael Cole, a Grizzlies beat writer and reporter. Scottie Pippen Jr. says, "I feel like Cedric Coward can guard every position on the court." That's what the words of the backup point guard. He said that Cedric moves like a point guard defensively. And, of course, this is all going back to his days with Eastern Washington State. Of course, this is a little resume from where he came from. Washington State didn't play that whole much, but he quickly became a lottery talk. And he was supposed to be still playing in college. Maybe, who knows, maybe the National Player of the Year. I believe that's going to be Purdue's Braden Smith when it's all said and done. I think if the Grizzlies do not get Braden Smith in the 2026 NBA draft, I think they are doing something horribly, terribly wrong. Okay, it's very, very wrong if they don't capitalize on that opportunity. If you want to see Zach Edey average 17 and 12 in points, rebounds, you got to get Braden Smith. But we'll leave that for another time. This is Cedric Coward we're talking about. And a lot of you people are you're rightfully excited, right? I mean, this is a guy who's got great length. I think he's got the same type of athleticism as one of the newcomers, Olivier Maxence Prosper, who got signed a few weeks ago, who will mostly be playing for the G League. But I think that Coward has that same kind of mentality, same kind of length, same kind of athleticism, but can guard just a little bit better and has a really good shot form. I think he's very calm with his shot form. And I think that it's something that the Grizzlies can very well use. I mean, they need plenty of shooters. And because, I mean, they also need defense as well, because they can score any fast rate. They can score whenever they want to, but they could not guard. I was about to say something else, but basically I'm going to stop there. They could not guard at all last year. So they need bodies like Cedric Coward. They need KCP. They need Jock Landale. They're really high on Jock Landale. That might be in another separate video later on. But the Grizzlies are really high on Coward, and it's kind of easy to see why. As pushed the wrong button there. Sorry about that. But basically, there are videos around that show Cedric Coward is really meshing well with the team, getting some good shots up, and I think it's him and Jalen Wells. I think one of the Grizzlies beat writers has some practice videos of it, but Jalen Wells and Cedric Coward getting off some amazing shots. Cedric Coward doesn't even look like he's missing any shots, but for Coward, I think that he is the exact player that Memphis needs, but also think some of the fans just kind of need to calm down a little bit. Okay, we don't want to put this much pressure on this young kid. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be everything that Memphis needs, but for some of the fans and some of the other people that like to talk about him, I just advise that you have the right to think that. But I don't want to put any much pressure on this kid because, he's a young guy, and I think that he needs time to just adjust to it. But you want him to play power forward, that's fine. I just want to make sure that he's comfortable with that, coaching staff, everybody else are comfortable with that. But they seem to really be on about his rebounding. And this is a little bit more about what Tuomas had to say. As the Grizzlies deal with injuries, Cedric Coward could have a chance to size up and play the 4 because he is, quote, really physical. He's long, strong, and a good rebounder for his position, end quote. So this is more context about what we're kind of talking about, right? And, I mean, this could be a big move. I mean, it's a move that really I don't think any fans were really anticipating. A lot of fans high on Gigi Jackson, another young kid. Jalen Wells, I think, is going to take a big leap up. He's going to stay at that small forward position, but they're really high on Coward playing at the 4. At least that's from one of the top cops, your head coach, Tuomas Iisalo himself, saying that Cedric could play at the 4. And you'd have a lineup of Jalen Wells out there with Coward at the 3-4 spot. And put Zach Edey or Jaren Jackson Jr. at that 5 whenever they're back and ready to go. Jerome at that 2, Ja Morant at that 1. I mean, to me, that's still like a small ball lineup just because Cedric is really supposed to be playing at the 3. But if they say he can play at the 4, that's a big move. And I think it's a big move. It's safe to say that this is one that plenty of fans did not see coming. But he's got a great shot. He's got great athleticism, great defensive ability. I think he's going to pan out to be something special. But I think we need to just wait and see what his reps look like in order to do that. But that's all for this video. You can comment down below, like this video, comment on this video, share this video, your thoughts on Cedric Coward, and what your thoughts are for him playing the 4. Again, it's a big move that could be made, and Tuomas Iisalo just made that pretty clear. So let us know what you think down below. Jared Alatorre for another episode of Grizzlies Digest. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.